Without objection, any written materials you have will be inserted into the record, and we welcome your comments, and thank you both for being here, and thank you for your very thoughtful proposals to change the House rules in the next Congress. If it's okay, we'll just go from that direction over, and we'll start with Mr. Rooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There we go. So, members of the committee, I'd like to ask you, what do the following things have in common? The Louisville Lake Dike repair, the Buckeye Lake Dam repair, the dredging of the Rochester Harbor, or the Herbert Hoover Dike repair. These are all Army Corps of Engineer projects that we have in our districts. I couldn't find one in yours, Mr. Newhouse, so I'll keep digging. We all do. And I have a bill called HRES 813, which is being amended for the House rules to exclude existing or proposed water resources development projects of the Army Corps from the definition of our congressional earmark ban. And the reason I do this is very simple. I've been in Congress now for 4 terms, going into my 5th term. Some here have been shorter, some longer. One thing that I've noticed since we've instilled this ban is that our constituents are getting more and more frustrated over our inability to do our constitutionally mandated job, which is to deliver and to govern and to problem solve when they pay their federal taxes to us, and then they ask us as members of Congress to address these issues for them. And our only recourse now is to basically write a strongly worded letter to the Army Corps asking that they perform a duty for us in our own districts. It kind of feels like a hollow exercise that we are essentially reduced to being cheerleaders for our constituents rather than governing and problem solvers. The other difference in this resolution/rules proposal change is that, unlike a lot of the other reasons we have the earmark ban, which there was improprieties, there was bad actors, there were bad earmarks. And then we came up with this earmark ban, and we had some solutions with being able to apply for competitive grants. There are no such competitive grants for Army Corps of Engineer projects. You either get them or you don't. And when I first got elected in 2008, we could direct the Army Corps in our district to do certain projects that we felt were important and a priority. So when we did the earmark ban, all we could do thereafter was write these strongly worded letters. We go back to our constituents, we go back to our community leaders, and where they used to appreciate what we did for them, now they just have this look of disappointment. It's the disappointment that we all feel as members of Congress when people see our inability to get things done and why Congress's approval rating is so low. And why do we do this? The only reason that I can think of is because it looks good politically that we say we don't do earmarks. The problem with that is that we don't spend any less money. We've just punted our obligation of the power of the purse to the administration. They still spend that money. The Army Corps still does projects, but they prioritize what they want to do, not us. So we can't do anything for our own constituents that pay federal tax dollars and expect us to get things done for them. So this rule change basically is just to say, let us do our jobs again, at least with regard to the Army Corps of Engineer projects. Let us be able to go home to our constituents and our people and say, what's important to you? I will get that done. If I feel like it's the right thing to do, rather than just begging the administrative branch to do it for us. And ladies and gentlemen of the committee, I thank you for your time. I thank you for your consideration. I know that this is a political issue, but we've got to move on, and we've got to be able to start getting things done for our constituents, especially in a divided government like we have. This is something that Democrats and Republicans alike should be able to come together so we can do our jobs and feel good about doing our jobs again because we're getting things done for our constituents. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.